On a cool autumn evening in Fairfield, Connecticut, a black sedan turned slowly into a quiet cul-de-sac. Driving the car was 44-year-old Jeff Sokol, who had just traveled more than 150 miles from Boston. In his hands, he carried a warm pepperoni pizza, and in his mind, he believed he was about to have dinner with a 13-year-old girl named Bailey. What he didn't know was that the house he was walking into was part of a sting operation. The girl he had been speaking to online was an adult decoy. Waiting inside was a journalist prepared to confront him. Jeff Sokol wasn't an unknown figure. He had graduated from the University of Massachusetts Amherst with a degree in sports management. He worked for years as an insurance auditor before switching to driving for Lyft. On his LinkedIn profile, he even called himself Master of Puppets, a strange title for someone who, according to investigators, used the internet to target vulnerable young girls. The decoy profile created for the sting looked innocent, simple photos, simple conversations. But Sokol reacted quickly, and his messages escalated even faster. He began asking explicit questions. He asked the decoy if she had ever been with a boy, asked about her body, and pressed her about her virginity. He fixated on details no grown man should ever discuss with a child. At the same time, he was worried. He asked the decoy to send a picture holding up 3 fingers next to a clock to prove she was real. He said he didn't want to be caught by the police. When he received the photo, he relaxed and revealed a disturbing plan. He suggested that if they got married, everything would be legal. He believed marriage could protect him from prison. He even said they could elope the next day. Before heading to meet the decoy, he complained that a plumbing issue at his home was delaying him. When that was finally resolved, he picked up a small pepperoni pizza and joked that the large size was nearly the same anyway. He asked what they would drink together and mentioned her mother's vodka. Eventually, he arrived at the house, visibly nervous but pretending to be casual. He made small talk with the decoy, commented on his long drive, and even asked for a hug. She avoided him politely. Sokol tried to downplay everything, acting as though he had only come to hang out and eat pizza. But soon, he brought up the so-called marriage contract again. Moments later, the journalist stepped out and confronted him. Sokol was startled and confused. He tried to claim he was only there for dinner, but when the journalist read back the explicit messages he had sent, Sokol struggled to defend himself. He insisted the chats were just words and claimed he wasn't planning anything physical. He argued that he had no condoms in his car, only pizza, as if that proved his innocence. At one point, he even offered the journalist a slice. But the confrontation ended the moment police officers entered the house. Sokol was arrested, handcuffed, and taken into custody. At the station, he continued to talk. He said the marriage idea was a joke, but also admitted that with a mother's permission, he believed it could work. When detectives asked how he would feel if a man like himself approached his own daughter, he hesitated, then quietly said he wouldn't like it. In 2017, after changing lawyers multiple times, Sokol pled guilty. He was sentenced to 30 months in prison, 10 years on the sex offender registry, and strict lifetime probation conditions. Today, he lives quietly in the Boston area. His attempt to change his name was denied. Online, his case is widely mocked, especially because he kept eating pizza during the confrontation. But behind the jokes is a serious reminder. The internet is full of people who try to manipulate, deceive, and target minors. And operations like this one prevent real victims from being harmed. More than 300 men, like Jeff Sokol, have been caught in similar investigations. Each one represents a potential tragedy that was stopped before it could happen. The case of Jeff Sokol is a warning. Stay alert, protect young people, and never ignore suspicious behavior online. The pizza is long gone, but the lesson remains.